Hi friends, for day 8 of my 12 days of Christmas recipes, I made tamales de rajas con queso. Start by fire roasting 18 Anaheim peppers. Keep turning them around so they can get nicely charred all around until they look like this. Place them in a bag for about 10 minutes to allow them to sweat and make the peeling process easier. Now we're going to peel them, remove the stem. You can also rinse them with water to make it easier. Now we're going to remove the seeds, and some of these might be hot, so you might want to use gloves. Slice them into strips and cut them in 3 parts. So you have slices about this size, not too big but not too small. And now on a comal, we're going to roast 7 jalapeño peppers. You can also use serranos or add more for more spice. Keep turning them around, and once they're nicely charred, remove them and place them in a bag to make the peeling process easier. And now on the same comal, I'm going to roast 6 tomatoes. I like using Roma tomatoes. To make salsa, I also like to get the softer ones. Turn them around and get them nicely charred. And once they start to get softer, turn off the heat. And we're going to leave them there on the hot comal to get even softer. Okay, so back to our jalapeños. We're going to peel them and remove the stem. You can also remove the seeds. I like to leave the seeds so the salsa can be spicier. And to peel them, you might also want to wear gloves. So now we're going to add the jalapeño peppers and the tomatoes into a blender, along with 2 teaspoons of salt. Blend well, and the sauce is ready. Now in a pan, we're going to heat about 2 tablespoons of oil. We're going to add the rajas, or the Anaheim strips. Mix, mix, mix. Now we're going to add the sauce, and we're going to let it simmer on medium heat for a couple of minutes. This is going to help reduce some of the liquid because we want a thick consistency. And once it looks like this, it's done. Now I'm going to cut up some Muenster cheese. You can use the cheese of your choice, but we want pieces about this size. Okay, so for the masa, I'm only going to use half of the recipe I'm showing here. So you'll need 1 pound of lard, 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder. This will help the masa get fluffy. And 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Mix, mix, mix. And keep mixing well until you have a smooth consistency like buttercream. Now, instead of the whole package of Maseca, we're only going to add half, which is 2 pounds exactly. We're going to add it little by little, and I use the cup at a time. What I'm using here is chicken broth from some chicken I had previously cooked. You can also use warm water, or if you have broth from chicken, pork, or beef, you can use that. And for every cup of Maseca, I added a cup of broth. Now we're going to mix, mix, mix until it's nice and fluffy. And all the mixing only took about 10 minutes. Now let's wrap our tamales. We're going to spread the masa on the soft side of the husk. Add some of the salsa with rajas. You can add as much as you want. Add Muenster cheese. Now bring both ends together. Fold and fold the tip up. Add some water to your steam pot and place 3 pennies. They'll make noise while the water is boiling. If they stop making noise, then your pot needs more water. I added corn husks to the bottom to keep the tamales in place. Start adding the tamales and make sure they're standing up. These ingredients made about 36 tamales. And once you have all your tamales, you're going to cover them with a wet kitchen cloth and with some aluminum foil. Put the top on and cook on medium heat. And for 36 tamales, it takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to cook. And once they're done, we're going to take them out, carefully removing the foil paper and the kitchen cloth. When you take them out, the masa is still going to be a little bit soft. So we're going to let them sit for about 15 to 20 minutes to let the masa sit. And once the masa has set, you can serve. And yum, 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 enjoy!